Do we want to move over to Subnautica too?
Yes, yes.
Okay, what are we supposed to learn about Subnautica? Subnautica has gone through a journey the past 2 3 years or 2 years.
hmm I think there are two things to say. First of all, is the leaks, and then that's related to there was the leak of Forza Horizon 6, Subnautica, Lego Batman, and I think there was even another one. I don't know if it's a resurgence. We also hear often about de nouveau being cracked, the copy protection. Yeah, I don't know because the thing is Subnautica is co-op. Subnautica 2 is co-op. It's one of the key new features. And then there's league version of it that you probably cannot play fully online, or I don't know if there is a crack to play online. For the Horizon 6, it's also kind of a multiplayer open world racing game, and this one was cracked. Initially, they say that the assets were published for free, like by mistake, but actually it's really a pirate group. Um, and it's just a few days before. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it means that because games are getting so expensive, people are looking to pirate the games again. Um,
Well, life is getting
but
expensive, Manu.
yeah, but Subnautica is not expensive. Subnautica is $30. It's super cheap probably for what you're gonna get from it for
Absolutely.
all the hours. I mean, I think the team of Subnautica they did like the team of Hollow Knight, Silksong. They read at $20. They could have read at 30, but they kept it at 20 because they want to talk about the game. They don't want to talk about the price. And it's the same for Subnautica. Nobody talks about the price. Everybody thinks it's a bargain at $30. There's no discussion. You just buy it. And that's why I think GTA is not gonna be launched at $100. That's
It
that's
should be. It should be.
no. Don't talk about the price. Sell 20, 50 million units in your first year.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But anyway, I think it's a good strategy. Let people talk about your game rather than talk about your price, because the moment they start talking about the price, they will compare quality, they will compare value for money, and that's when you have to justify yourself, or you have to
Yeah,
be
the messaging will shift from
you
the
put
actual.
pressure on yourself, right? It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, I
That
think.
is fair.
And
Yeah, that is
yeah,
a good point.
and nothing stops you from not discounting the game ever in the first 6 months or the first year. um,
But that's what you do,
yeah.
Manu. You release the game for $100 and have like a first day sale for 50.
Well, that used to be called the early access, and then all major publisher they went away from that. It was this kind of paid early access, not the same as we have right now, where you can play a game that's not finished. No, in that case, the game was finished. You just could play 1 week before other players, which was a bit unfair when you look at competitive games like competitive multiplayer games.
Manu, I have to say that that topic is very. I'm very passionate about that topic. Has
Mhm.
anything happened? Have you seen any trends, or has anything changed in terms of upsell with like the deluxe version and these types of things? We know that most of these games right now they might include like a new player skin or like some additional minor content for
Yeah,
like more $10. Is there any other trends that is happening in that area that you know of?
not this is more like a triple A story that it feels very age formula. Hey, you get the deluxe version for $20 more, and you get more skin in the game. I'm not convinced about that. The last games that are doing that are maybe the Star Wars games, the Assassin's Creed, and it feels old school. Let's be honest.
Got it.
Um,
Got it.
when it comes to indies, you still sometimes have some sort of founder edition where you would have the soundtrack and you would have some digital pictures. But to be fair, I think it's more about giving the opportunity for people to support you more than just buying the game at the list price.
Yeah.
And the opposite is actually happening because people are trying to play with the Steam algorithm, and they all launch with a discount. All games now launch with a discount on Steam because they want to be at the top of the list of promotion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
10% is usually the norm, sometimes 20%. And I think I didn't buy Windrose at launch when it had a discount, but I bought it now, and I'm a bit upset because I paid full price, 30 instead of 26. Why not? They want to create the hype at launch, and because they know that the hype at launch is the right time to have the hype, because that's when other people hear about it, and streamers are streaming. So